Look at this. There's our dollar weed. It's all over here. Hey guys, Suburban Home Nut here, and today we are going to be talking about weeds. Yes, spraying weeds today, specifically for St. Augustine grass. Now we're going to be doing the post-emergent. There's two ways. There's post-emergent and then there's pre-emergent. The difference is post-emergent is after the weeds come up, after you see them, after they've been able to germinate, and we see them. Pre-emergent is getting those little buggers before they even start. Now the two most common herbicides that I found, or herbicides, wherever you're from, we can say it both ways. We can see we have 2,4-D right here, and then we have Atrazine. We're going to be using Atrazine today. Atrazine is perfectly safe for St. Augustine grass. I've used it for quite a few years now, and it works really good. Over here we have 2,4-D. Now 2,4-D is, my understanding is, the jury's still out on that. Some people say it's okay, some people say that it's not. Well, I'm not going to use my grass as a guinea pig. I'm going to go with something that I know works, and that's Atrazine. And when we talk about pre and post emergent, again, pre is getting them before they germinate, and then post is we have to, spot treat them as they happen. What many people do is they'll use something like a weeding feed, especially like for southern lawns. I'm in Florida, so they'll use a southern lawn weeding feed, normally that has Atrazine, or they're going to use a weeding feed that has 2,4-D in there. So just remember is that the liquid is for the post-emergent, and if you choose to use a weeding feed, that's more of a pre-emergent. That hits it before they germinate. And Atrazine is really great. It covers a lot of weeds. I have kind of a small infestation of dollarweed, and that's what we're going to be treating today. So with this Southern AG Atrazine, it's 4.3 ounces per gallon. And then we're going to put in 1 tablespoon of baby shampoo. This is Johnson & Johnson, or Johnson's, I guess, baby shampoo. Now this stuff acts as a surfactant. What that means is it helps it stick to the weed. If we don't have a surfactant, when we mix this in our sprayer with water, a lot of times it'll just slough right off, it'll drip right off. So this helps it stick to the weeds. Now we don't need anything that's high priced or scented or anything else like that. This stuff works really well. I'm going to show you one of the main reasons why we have dollarweed. So if we come over here, we look all the way up there. Right, all those row of houses, and then come back here, a row of houses down there. There's nobody has dollarweed anywhere up here and anywhere down there. All right, they're only here, and let me show you why. We are lucky enough to have the drain, so all the water that comes in from there and down there, it all slopes down right here, and this is where the dollarweed is. You can kind of see some right in there, and there were some down there as well. But we're the only property all the way up here that has dollarweed. And as you can see, there's a little hole right in here. That's where the water collects. And in the summertime, this area is absolutely covered with dollarweed. So that's the fun that we have to deal with when we have a drain right in our backyard. All right, so we're back here on the back lanai. Check that out. Sandbags from Hurricane Ian. Still don't know what I'm going to do with those. So we have our Atrazine. I'm just going to give that a little shake. We want to shake this to make sure that any of the chemicals that have settled to the bottom get nicely mixed up. All right, put in 4 ounces. This stuff is like milk. There we go. Let's check that out. That looks good. And a couple more. There you go. That's good. We're going to use that for 1 gallon. And fill this up just a little bit. Pour Atrazine in there. Now you might be wondering why I'm walking back and forth. I don't want to spill this stuff on the grass. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon of shampoo. That looks good. Really don't need a lot of this, so don't go overboard, because we also don't want it to foam up too much. And just fill this up with 1 gallon. Check out that little stick bug. These things are really cool. Ah, there you go. There's another one. Aren't they cool? They just gotta hang out. All right, let's get this. Got 20 pumps here. Just give it a little swirl. No reason to shake it, because you don't want a lot of foam in there, but you want the stuff to stick. All right, and check your spray. That looks pretty good. And just go around here. You want to get them pretty good. You don't really want to totally completely saturate them, but you do want to hit them pretty good. And here are the new ones. And every now and then, just give it a little swirl. You see, I have quite a few of them around here. Other weeds. And here's that patch that we're talking about. Look at all these wonderful things. Now, you have to come out here probably every couple weeks or so to make sure that you're getting them. These dollar weeds, they are really difficult to kill. When you think that you have one, 5 or 6 more pop up. So the thing about killing these dollar weeds like this is you have to really be consistent and persistent. This is really why Atrazine is good for St. Augustine, and why it's just a personal preference. I stay away from 2,4-D. Oh, look at this. If we can try to pull these up, that would really be the best thing. Oh, there you go. That's good. But sometimes we need a little help, a little chemical help, you know? Look at that. Here's more. You know, anyone who tells you that their lawn is perfect is lying, or they're crazy. I think everybody has some type of problem, especially when we have St. Augustine, which is, sometimes it's not really that good of being a grass. It doesn't like being a grass. So you have all these stolons in here that just go all over the place, and it makes it a little more difficult. We all have our problems. We all have grass. We all have our problems. It's just staying on top of it. One last thing that I want to touch on is, if you plan on using Atrazine or 2,4-D or another type of chemical like that, we need to remember that these can take a couple days before you start to see results. It's not like this spectricide weed and grass killer where you're going to see results in about, maybe 2 or 3 hours. These are systemic, and so it may take about, maybe 2 or 3 days for you to start to see results. So if you spray one of these and then you go back the next day and say, oh no, it's not working, as long as you do the application rate correctly, don't worry about it. Within a few days, you're going to start to see results. If you run out, obviously just go ahead and refill. Again, it's 4.3 ounces, 4.5 ounces per gallon, and 1 tablespoon of baby shampoo. So as you can see, we're getting ready for Halloween. Today, I don't even know what today is, October something, but we got that going on. It's a beautiful day in Florida, post Ian, thankfully. Got some clouds up there. So I got a bunch of other stuff I have to do, but if you have any questions, please feel free, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.